Metal rules, what's up? This is Joost van Graaf from Pestilence and CHOREOMANIC, hailing from the Netherlands. Thank you for having me, and I'll be talking a little bit about my new project CHOREOMANIC, and I'll be answering some questions that I have in my screen right here. So let's get started. Yeah, please introduce the band name to our viewers. So the name of the project, because it's rather a project, not so much a band at this point. The name of the project is CHOREOMANIC. CHOREOMANIC, and I'll get into the meaning of that later on. What drives you as an artist to create music? Well, different things actually. I think the energy that you get from making music, the fact that you can travel and meet great people. Yeah, it's pretty adventurous, and but I think the main drive is the mystery of music. There's this part that remains a mystery no matter what, no matter how much study or practice time you put into that. There's a mystery, and so it's a true adventure in that sense, and that is my main drive, I think. Where does the band name come from? Well, CHOREOMANIC comes from the word choreomania, and that's actually a disease. So back in the Middle Ages there were these dancing plagues. It's one of history's big mysteries actually, because there are many theories about the cause, and there are some great studies on the subject. I read a few of those, and there's to me a clear parallel, because we live in pretty crazy times right now, and those times were pretty crazy for the people as well. Of course, you had Inquisition, church power abuse, fear of death, fear of God, and of course Black Plague. Something happens to people mentally, and it's really interesting. So yeah, I was into this stuff at the time when I started writing music for CHOREOMANIC, and then so the word CHOREOMANIC came in my head, and I thought it would make a great name for a project, and that's it. So tell us about your album, your newest upcoming album. So it's my debut album for CHOREOMANIC. It's my solo effort. That's how you call that, I guess. It's out on February 18, pretty soon, and you can check it out on Bandcamp or on your digital platform of choice. If you do, please let me know what you think. It's I guess it's pretty crazy music, but it's just what happened at that point in time, early 2020, during the first lockdown here in the Netherlands. So what inspired the lyrics on this release? Well, it's mainly instrumental music, but there are some lyrics, and those lyrics came as spontaneous as the music did. So I had, for instance, the first songs called This Is Not a Drill. I just had this sentence in my head, this is not a drill, and then I checked out where it came from, and it had to do with emergency broadcast systems, with protocols for nuclear attack. So there was a lot of inspiration right there, and I just took some of that info, put it in the lyrics, and turned some things around, and then the lyrics were just there, and I didn't change anything, I just left it like that, and it just felt right, and I guess people can interpret it in their own way. So and another example is the song "Give the Money, Take the Money, Give It to Me Now." That's the title of the song. Which I think has to do with someone trying to score or something like that. So it's just an idea of a setting of a story, and yeah, like I said, people can interpret it in their own way, like often with lyrics. What is the story behind the album cover artwork? Well, the cover artwork is a symbol that was designed by a really great artist called Ivo Sprey, who lives in Amsterdam, and he he designed the logo and the symbol actually that's on the front of the album, and also the logo. And I just sent him some material somewhere in the beginning, and I said, just listen to this and tell me what you see. And he had this video game vibe, video game energy feeling, and he designed it the way he did. And so that was the first shot, and I gave it I needed some time to get used to it because I had a different kind of artwork in mind at first, but then decided to just go with that. And I'm very glad I did, because I think the energy from the music is really also in the artwork in some way. So yeah. Are there any new albums that have caught your ears? Well, I think it's mainly old albums that are new to me because I just heard them for the first time. But something new would be Immolation. New Immolation, I've been a great fan for many years. I love the vibe of that music. I listen to a lot of the new material that is released by Everlasting Spoo Records in Italy. Very cool stuff there, pretty extreme, but I love that. So all kinds of stuff, but yeah, I'm honestly, I never go into it too deep because I have to I have limited time to work. So I hear stuff and sometimes it inspires me or I like it, but I used to listen to music for hours back in the day. I don't do that anymore. I realize this now. Maybe I should try that again. Anyway, tell us a little bit about your local music scene. Well, that's easy. There's not much of a scene at this point, unfortunately. We all know why that is. And, well, all I can say is that I hope that things will somehow get back the way they were. You have some nice bars and venues here with local musicians and venues where bands from all over the world come and play. So yeah, I definitely hope things will get better soon. What are the future plans for the band? Well, the funny thing is the second CHOREOMANIC album is already written, even before the first one is coming out. But yeah, like I said before, I sure hope that if the possibilities are there, that I can get this thing on stage and we can get the energy flowing and bring it across to in a live situation. So so the plan is to just keep on writing, and because I have a flow going here and I have a vision, so to speak, or a direction. That's the word I was looking for. A certain direction in music that feels good to me, and I can just go on forever and write stuff, and that's just great fun to do that, and we'll see what happens. We'll see. Tell us, why does metal rule? Well, I guess the energy, high energy, and the fact that it feels, I mean, the metal scene feels like a family to me. I'm very proud to be a part of this family. Wherever I go, I mean, metalheads, they just instantly recognize each other, and it truly feels like family. So I guess the people, I think that's the reason why metal rules for me. The people, yeah. Okay, so those were the questions. I hope they were useful. And what can I say? Thank you again for having me, and try to stay sane, whatever you do. Cheers from the Netherlands. See you later.